Hey guys, it's Jason Creel, and I wanted to tell you something that I've done that may cost me thousands of dollars and has left a sick feeling in my stomach. Stay tuned. All right, I try to share the positive and the negatives on this channel of what it's like to run a lawn care business. And the last couple of days I've had a negative experience. I wanted to share with you, one, just to tell you and, let you hear the story. And then two, maybe it would prevent some of you from making the mistake I made. And let me tell you the lesson I've learned, maybe how I'll approach the situation differently in the future. So, all right, so my business is growing, which is a good thing. And I desperately want to get a second truck going next year. And I think I'm gonna have the demand in customers to have a second lawn truck going. So I've been searching the internet for prices on trucks, and I'm trying to, the goal was to get another truck, a used truck, so I didn't have to finance a vehicle. And to be able to get two trucks going and start really seeing improvement on the cash flow, and then and then down the line could always buy a newer vehicle if I need to. So the truck I drive now I just got a great deal on it. It was an '08 and had 16,000 miles on it. So low miles on a little bit older vehicle, and it's been fantastic for me for the past year. Well, the other day I found an '08 F-250 that had 36,000 miles on it. So more miles, but still 36,000 miles is not that many, for the age of the vehicle. And I felt like it was the best deal I had ever seen in my life. I'm not going to tell you the price right now, but anyway, unbelievable deal, less than $10,000. And I'm thinking, this, I mean, literally sounds too good to be true. I price shop these things all the time, so I know what a good deal is when I see one, at least I thought. So I called and talked to them, and I said, well, I'm going to go tomorrow to get this vehicle. It's about a 3-hour drive from where I live. And I called, talked to them. It said, yeah, it's come from up north, so it's got some surface rust on the bottom, but it's nothing, not a big deal. Me being from the south, we don't have rust on our vehicle, so I didn't think much about that. And I'm still not convinced that had anything to do with the problem. But he said, mechanically, this is a good vehicle. So I'm thinking, the body looks good. It's just surface rust underneath. I said, this is perfect. I can buy this truck, don't have to make payments. I'm getting a great deal, and it's only got 36,000 miles, so surely the engine and transmission are fine. This was a week ago. Let's say this was maybe 11 days ago, okay? Drive it home, 3 hours, didn't have any problems, and then a few days ago, I stopped at a red light, or go stop for some reason, and it starts idling real rough. I didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe it's been sitting up a little while, anyway. And then a couple days ago it happened again. I'm driving it, it would level out when I was driving, be fine, but when I'd stop it started idling real rough. I'm checking my gauges. I'm not a mechanic, but I can look at the gauges. Well, this time a couple days ago, the oil pressure lamp came on, and the oil pressure bottomed out, and I thought, this is not good. So I pull over. It's got oil in there in the engine. I checked the oil. It was low, but I had oil. It wasn't empty or anything. So I called a buddy. We put some oil in it, crank it up. It's still idling really rough, shaking, and then it shuts off. Now I crank it up again, try giving it a little gas. Idling rough, shuts off. Then I crank it up again. You get frustrated each time you crank it up, and it starts squealing, making a loud noise. I thought, oh, this is not good. I shut it off. And I'm calling a wrecker, taking to a mechanic, and the mechanic calls me yesterday and basically says, this is not a good situation. And I said, man, just shoot me straight on this truck. I thought I was getting a great deal. I may have made a really bad decision here. If this thing is going to be problems from here on out, let me know, because I don't want to deal with problems from here on out. Well, he says, well, it's not good. He said, to be honest with you, I wouldn't put any money in this truck. He said, it's going to need a new engine. He said, I think that squealing is the engine is going to lock up. Now, these are reputable mechanics. been around for a long time and have a good reputation. And so I said, that's not good. I said, how much is the engine? Well, he said, if you go to a Ford dealership, you're probably looking at $8,000. And I was like, man, I don't want to put $8,000 in a '08 truck that has got rust underneath it. This is just anyway. So that's the sick feeling, man. I I'm weighing my options right now. Okay, I'm weighing my options. What happened? I've been in touch with an attorney that deals with these kind of situations to see if I have any legal protection. I may not. I don't know. But I wanted to at least talk about it and see, is there any legal protection in this situation where I was told it was mechanically sound and less than 2 weeks later, I need a new engine. It costs a lot. And so that's one option. The other option is, let's say I have no legal protection and I've just bought a lemon and here it is. Then I can basically sell the truck as is and take my losses. I don't know what you can get for a truck that needs an engine. Maybe I get $3,000 for it. I don't know if I can get that much. Or get a remanufactured engine and find somebody to put it in for less than $8,000, and then get it up and going again to either use for myself or to sell, as a working vehicle, which I'm kind of leaning toward not doing that. I'm thinking I've just got a bad taste in my mouth about this vehicle. I might just take my losses, which could be somewhere in the neighborhood of $4,000 to $5,000. Now the good thing is I can write that off on my taxes, being a business vehicle. So I may come out a net $3,500, $4,000. Which is not the end of the world. It gives you a sick feeling, because I like to bought something with that. Now I've got to go buy another truck, probably, get something else. So anyway, sick feeling. I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the situation? You have any advice? What would you do if you were in my situation? And then let me tell you quickly what I learned. There's some people that are frugal, and so they try to go cheap. And that's, I kind of lean that way a lot of times, so I try to go cheap and got burned on this one. Now sometimes I do that and I come out in a great situation. Like I said, I bought this other truck I'm using fairly cheap, and it has been fantastic. But you can tell by looking at it, it's been kept up really well, where this newer one that I just bought has not been kept up that well. So I'm kind of probably going to lean toward buying a newer truck to get that second truck going. So hopefully by the end of the year I can get a newer truck, possibly even brand new, and if that means I have to finance it, then I just have to finance it. But this is going to leave a bad taste in my mouth for a while, and so probably going to stay away from the older model this time. And I think this is something to learn for the lawn business, whether you're buying lawnmowers, trucks. There's a case for buying a used equipment, and I've done it a lot. Typically buying zero-turn mowers, I go for used equipment, and I think that has been a good thing for me. But occasionally you're going to get burned. There's a little bit of a risk involved. So I do think you also got to consider that when it's a business expense and you buy it brand new, you got to understand the warranty involved and that sort of thing. But also, it's not like buying a personal vehicle where you don't get any tax benefit. You buying a business vehicle, you get to write that off in your taxes. And so it's not like you're paying the full amount for it. So I think there is a case to be made for paying more for a business vehicle and getting something reliable, dependable, that looks professional. You know what? And I feel like I might have made a mistake in this decision. So anyway, love to hear your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you hadn't done so. I don't always be telling sob stories about my equipment that breaks. Sometimes I might actually give you some helpful tips on how to grow a better lawn business. Of course, I'm also talking to homeowners how to have a better lawn from a weed control, fertilization standpoint, or mowing. We try to cover a lot of things. So subscribe if you hadn't done so, and look forward to continuing to provide helpful content to you. Thanks a lot.